It is I, the Chompy Mage, and we invited Andrew out to our studio at Toys for Bob to learn the secrets of Trap Team. But he is not a Chompy, so I don't like him, and I'm not going to tell him anything. Me neither.
So, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yes, my name is Alex Ness, and I work on the story for Skylanders Trap Team. I also do some of the voices.
Tell us about some of the voices.
Yes, well, we've got Skylanders Trap Team is all about capturing these bad guys that have been broken out of prison. And you got to find each one, capture them in these little, what we call just traps, simply enough. These little cool crystals made of tractanium that go in the new portal. And these bad guys, we've got over 40 of them that you can get and find in the game, and so I'll do some of the voices of them.
So what do you use for inspiration for the voices?
We do a lot of archetypes, you know. We've got a crazy Cajun chef guy. We've got a big, impressive, Amazonian queen made of gold. And then some of it's just weird stuff. Like we've got a guy who's made of broccoli, who's a broccoli magician, essentially. And for him, I don't know. I just went into the booth and I started talking like broccoli guy. All of a sudden, I'm like, hey, this is broccoli guy here, I guess. I mean, what else do you think broccoli sounds like? No one really knows, so who's going to tell me I'm wrong?
You wouldn't argue with him.
You couldn't know. I mean, there's no proof that broccoli sounds any different than this. Scientists have been looking into this for years, and we did research.
A lot of it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much that's mostly what we do. We research talking vegetables over here. As we do, we also have a new Skylander, Food Fight, who's, he's an artichoke. How does he sound?
So what do you guys use for inspiration for the story, then?
A lot of stuff. I work with level designers. I work with concept artists here. I ask people on a weekly basis, like, for ideas. So I essentially my job is to steal ideas from other people who are smart. We've been working on Skylanders games since the first one, since Spyro's Adventure, and the lore and characters and stuff we've all created. So we've kind of gotten to a point where we're in tune with the brand, and we know what fits into the world and what doesn't, and it's a crazy whimsical world. So usually if we have an idea for something, we always try to ask ourselves, like, what makes this Skylands and not some other place, and it's usually that kind of weird whimsical twist, like whether we have giant push blocks that are in fact turtles instead of big gold gray blocks, or an all-skeleton ska band. Like, we just have to find something that makes it kind of weird and quirky and fit into Skyland somehow.
What got you into designing games and being involved in the designing of games?
It was a lot of dumb luck. I started answering phones for Sega over 20 years ago, and I did testing and I did production, and these nice people at Toys for Bob hired me, and I just kind of fell into both writing and doing voices, because I'd originally I'd do just placeholder work, just to get assets in the game, and then at some point we decided, well, we kind of like some of it, so we'd keep it. And really the same thing with writing. It was just something, when Toys for Bob first started, we were 11 people, so we all had to do many different things, and that I sort of fell into the writing and VO part of that.
And what's your favorite Skylander?
People ask me that all the time, and I've never given a sufficient answer. Because it's like the coolest looking one is Granite Crusher to me still. But then there's like, who do I play with the most? And I probably still play with Flameslinger a lot. But then there's a lot of new ones in this for Trap Team that I haven't formed as close of an attachment, because I've been playing for years and years and years, but they're like the coolest looking ones I've seen so far. So I've still never given a sufficient answer to that question. Maybe one day I'll have it.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Hi, this is the Chompy Mage. Thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking on the link on the screen? I don't know what any of that means, but hopefully it made sense to somebody out there. Chompy Mage out!